Why the does everyone think that moving abroad will fix everything? I mean, it might, but it probably won't. I moved to Portugal like a month ago, probably just hoping that a reset would like stir up some good karma. I can confirm I'm still experiencing the same issues I was experiencing in France and at home, only now I'm in total social isolation. So I just want to talk about my experience starting over, and hopefully it'll be beneficial to those of you looking to flee Americans' authoritarian regime right now, or just those of you looking to try something new. And disclaimer, I'm not saying that you shouldn't move abroad. In many ways, it did fix my life. So just listen and find out. So as we know, I moved to Portugal. It was all kind of on a whim. My like apartment situation in Paris was ending and I wasn't able to find like a replacement. So this was like a cheap alternative. And I had done my astrocartography before and I knew that the internet had told me that this is somewhere that I would like benefit from. Yeah, I'm really trusting in what the internet zodiac has to tell me. And maybe that's my mistake. But I was worried before I even got here because I had like just started making a good group of friends in Paris. And it took me so many months to do that. And it's really difficult to like be able to make friends when you don't know if you're gonna be somewhere long term. So I knew that coming here, I wouldn't have like the same opportunity to make genuine emotional connections. I probably had like a little shred of optimism about everything, but my worries really turned out to be quite exactly true. You know, I think there's like a triangle of like friends, job, and apartment. Like you can't have all three at once. But me, I actually have none of those things. Or I mean, I have an apartment right now. I'm moving out in 2 days. And I actually have a question for you guys. Is it the economy or is it just me? Because I've been like applying for jobs the whole time I've been here. I've been interviewing for jobs. And girl, I am only getting rejection emails. It is not chill out here. Not to mention like, the whole point of me coming back to Europe after graduation was the fact that I thought like it would be easier for me to find a job in Europe. But every French or Danish or whatever job I have applied to, I literally don't hear anything back. Straight up ghosted. I'm like, on my applications, I'm saying I'm a citizen and I'm glazing myself over to make myself like an equal candidate, but girl, they are clocking my tea. They are clocking my tea. I thought my name would help or something, but they are clocking my tea. It's a ghost out here. It's chopped. So yeah, that's not going well. And the American jobs I have begrudgingly applied to, I've had 2 interviews. One has just straight up ghosted me. Like I tried following up with them twice after, nothing. And the other one was like a big architecture firm that I was just doing because I was like, okay, this is a safe option. Like I'll definitely get this job and like it's a job I can take for a year and like learn the basics and then be able to like pivot from later on. But I did like a virtual interview with them and it was like over an hour long. The fire alarm in their office went off in the middle of it, so we had to like pause and then come back. So I thought I would be memorable. Apparently I was not memorable. But actually I know like I had to like talk about my portfolio and I know I just like word saladed, and I'm sure they were like, okay, like I'm sure in that moment they were like, a ghost. No, but literally then I like sent a follow-up email and 30 minutes later, I got an email from HR saying they were looking for someone with more experience. Yeah, so job, friend, apartment triangle, it's not filling out for me. And it's easier to just tell myself it's not in my control. Like it's easier to tell myself that Trump has somehow ruined the whole entire world. So, you know, I should just pursue my dreams instead of a 9 to 5. And you know what? I'd love a reason to just be making these videos instead of a 9 to 5. So I'm not even gonna be mad about it. Take your punches, roll with them. The thing is, I feel like some level of guilt for just like hanging out in Europe, and my occupation at the moment is making like TikToks and YouTube videos that get like 1,000 views. And it feels like such a hit to the ego, but I'm starting to try to like reframe how I think about my ego and like how I think about what's driving me. And I think the biggest lesson is to just live like your parents are already dead. Like if you're thinking of moving to Europe, or you're thinking of like pursuing a new interest or a new job that is not really conventional, you really have to not be worried about like what your friends or what your parents are going to be thinking about you back at home. Because if you're not able to like throw yourself in all the way, there's no point even trying. But it really is going to be like an everyday battle. I really feel like I'm on this conveyor belt, and I'm like watching all of my peers like start to advance in their careers and start to like get engaged and have babies, which I'm not trying to be that far ahead on my conveyor belt here, but it just feels like I'm in the rat race and I am really, really falling behind right now. But that's purely like my ego talking and my internal expectations that I hold for myself, just because I imagine that's what my parents would expect of me. It's those internal expectations speaking. And that's why you need to go out of your way to separate yourself from the expectations of other people and your family. And there's already going to be enough battles moving somewhere new and trying to start over. Don't add on this external force that really has no gravity in your life when you start completely anew. The second thing I learned from moving to Porto specifically, just be mindful about what you actually want from a city. Be honest with yourself before. Are you looking for a challenge? Then don't be mad when you find a city that gives you a challenge. Like, I feel like that's how it was when I moved to Paris at first. It was so overwhelming and so difficult to like make friends and integrate to like Francophone culture. But you have to remember, like, that's what you're here for, and that's what everyone's going through. So just don't take too much, just don't take too much offense to like the fact that it's hard and you're cringe. But also in the realm of being mindful, I decided to move to Porto just because it was like an affordable and accessible option. And to some extent because of my zodiac, like I did want to see what she was about. But I think there has to be more weight behind your decision when you're picking like a city to move to. Like people move to New York because there's so much ambition and they know it's gonna fuel them. You move to Paris because you want to be inspired creatively and I don't know, stuff like this. You don't just move to Portugal because the rent is half as cheap as it was in Paris. Unless you're me, then you do that, and you shouldn't. Just be so careful before you uproot everything. I feel like it used to be so easy for me to adjust. Like the first time I was studying abroad, I went on like a 2-week backpacking trip through Italy, and it was completely solo, but I somehow managed to make friends. Like at least every other day I was meeting someone new, or like going on a date, or like just meeting someone in a bar and talking to them, and it just was so easy. It wasn't difficult at all. But now that I'm like living here, the stakes feel so much higher, I guess. And I just am like awkward. My personality has changed. In America, I'm so outgoing. In Denmark, I'm so outgoing. In France, I'm a little more reserved. But even then, like I'm not afraid to go up to someone that I think looks cool and say something to them. But here, I'm like not even like scanning the room for someone that looks cool. Like I just do not gas. And I think a lot of it is just because like the moment I stepped off the plane, I was telling myself like, this isn't right, this isn't permanent, so why even go out of my comfort zone a little bit to make myself a part of all of it? Don't fall into that trap. Don't be me. Now I'm just gonna shower, and I know I just had a coffee, but I'm gonna get ready to go to another coffee shop. It's really strange because sometimes going to a coffee shop is the only thing I'm able to accomplish in a day. But like I'm unemployed and have no other purpose or reason to wake up. So take your wins where you can get them. I've had such a hard time connecting to this city because like, why wouldn't I? But I feel like it should be said that there's like something political in everything you do in your life. And when I started posting that I was here like on TikTok and stuff, I immediately started getting so many hate comments, but people were just like talking about like the housing crisis here and how there's like an affordability problem because Americans with like higher wages will move here and take all the apartments or like pay Airbnb prices. And while I understand the sentiment, guys, I really don't think that I'm the enemy with the income that you think I am, but it's definitely something to be mindful about when you're moving somewhere, because I was just like receiving a lot of negativity online, and it definitely like outweighs the positive comments. And like I was in the grocery store and I was like checking out and I saw this girl standing to my right, and I was like, surely she's not like trying to talk to me, like I don't know anyone here. But then I turn and look and she's like, oh, I've seen your TikToks. And I just looked at her and was like, oh, cool. Because I didn't know what to think. I didn't know if that was a good thing or if she felt like I was invading her country or what. And she was being nice. She was being nice. I know she was being nice after I had like 30 seconds to think about it. But there's just like a weight to the decisions that you make that you should be aware of. Americans don't move to Portugal. They do not want us here. And this just like affected how I was able to like move throughout different spaces. And I think it did play a big part in me not feeling comfortable doing things on my own. I mean, do with this information what you will. Obviously, again, if you're up to the challenge, be up to the challenge, do it. Someone is going to be able to crack these people. I just wasn't in like the headspace to be fighting that battle. But I'm walking to my favorite coffee place right now, so everything's fine, everything's chill. It's starting to rain, but I'm gonna read and do my thing. Okay, I feel insane filming outside of here right now, but I just want to like talk about the future now that I guess we're looking towards that. I generally feel like really jaded by a lot of empty promises that I feel like there are, not necessarily like just made to me, but like in general society and education. Like they tell you that you're gonna go to college and get a degree and you're gonna get a good job, and like it's as straightforward as that. But this has not in the slightest been my experience. And bitch, I have a master's. But I think this is an opportunity to again strip the ego and explore alternative routes. And I guess I just want to document all of this so that there's other witnesses to my life, which is kind of sad. But I'll just be like walking down the sidewalk, and if there's a group of 3 passing me, I like have to step out in the street, and I feel like so unobserved here and so unseen, and that can be like good if that's something you're looking for. But again, I just wasn't looking for this right now. I wasn't looking for invisibility. So it's been like productive for me to be able to create something to look back on and to have other people like comment on, just so that I feel like it wasn't all for nothing. Anyways, I'm really like nervous sitting outside here talking to my phone and camera. So I just want to say in general to everything, just do it. Do it and fail, do it and succeed, just do it. You're never gonna know until you've like seen the idea through. So if you're thinking about moving somewhere, if you're thinking about trying something unconventional, if you're thinking about starting a new project, I'm literally begging you just to do it, because I feel like I've wasted so much of my life and I feel like too old to begin things. But the only way to shake that feeling is to just get started now. So go out there and fail, go out there, get a coffee, and today's the day, seize it.